Are you thinking of jumping into the Amazon marketplace to make millions of dollars? Or at least enough to cover your ever-increasing bills? Today, we're diving into why Amazon sucks for sellers. Yep, you heard that right. So many people will offer to sell you courses with the promise of piles of money without telling you the other side. The reality is that it's just not as easy as they lead you to believe. Let's jump into the dark side of Amazon just so you have the full picture if you decide to take the plunge. Stick around to the end to see how unscrupulous sellers can ruin you and how you can protect yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. Amazon is a behemoth, and sure, it's got millions of customers. But for sellers, it's a different story. Let me break it down for you. First up, let's talk about those fees. Oh, the fees. Amazon loves their fees. You've got referral fees, which can range from 6% to 45% depending on the category. Then there's the FBA fees, Fulfillment by Amazon. They'll charge you for storage, shipping, and even for handling returns. They have recently even added new fees like low inventory and placement fees. By the time you're done, you might be thinking, did I just sell something or pay Amazon to take it off my hands? To get a better picture, let's break down some common fees. Referral fees. These vary by category, but most fall between 6% to 15% of the sale price. For example, if you sell a $100 item in the electronics category, you might pay a 15 referral fee. FBA fees. These include pick and pack fees, which depend on the size and weight of your item. Small items might cost $250 per unit, while larger items can cost significantly more. Storage fees. Amazon charges monthly storage fees based on the volume your products occupy in their warehouse. During the peak season, October to December, these fees increase. Return fees. For any returned item, Amazon charges a processing fee which can eat into your profits, especially with high return rate products. All these fees add up quickly, often cutting into your margins more than you might anticipate. Next, the competition. And no, I'm not talking about other sellers. I'm talking about Amazon. Imagine setting up your lemonade stand, and then the guy who owns the corner store sets up his own stand right next to yours, selling lemonade at half the price. That's Amazon for you. They monitor what sells well and then jump into the game, often undercutting prices and pushing your products to the bottom of the search results. Ouch. Please do your own research if Vendor Central is an option because Amazon can force you to sell your goods on Vendor Central. There are two ways to sell on Amazon. One, you can sell as a third-party vendor where you control your products, inventory, and listing. Third-party selling is by far the most desirable way to sell on Amazon today because you have full authority over your listing and your marketing. The other way to sell on Amazon is as a first-party seller on Vendor Central. As an Amazon vendor, you sell your goods directly to Amazon at a wholesale price that they set, and you have zero control over anything. Then there are the ever-changing rules. Selling on Amazon is like playing a game where the rules change every 5 minutes and nobody bothers to tell you. One day, your product is flying off the virtual shelves. The next, it's suspended because you didn't comply with some new policy update. Amazon sends out updates regularly, but it's easy to miss one in the sea of emails. Not adhering to a new guideline can lead to account suspension or product delisting. For example, changes in product listing requirements or new restrictions on certain keywords can catch sellers off guard. Staying informed and compliant requires constant vigilance and often a dedicated team or service. Amazon's policies always favor the buyer in almost all cases, and savvy customers are well aware of that. Customers can bypass return shipping fees by stating their product arrived damaged or that it did not match the listing. Let's say Joe Schmo wants to make a return and doesn't want to pay for return shipping. Why not just mark it as defective or inaccurate? There's no penalty for the buyer and the seller has everything to lose. These false claims can lead to increased return rates, higher costs, and potential account suspension. Moral of the story: Never depend on Amazon, eBay, Newegg, Rakuten, or any other marketplace as your primary stream of revenue because your business can literally disappear overnight. These companies can close accounts for any reason, including but not limited to complaints of any kind, policy violations that may not be valid, or eliminating you as a competitor to make higher profits. Focus on multi-channel selling with your own store site at the forefront to ensure you can never be deleted. And don't get me started on customer relationships. On Amazon, they're not your customers, they're Amazon's. You don't get their email addresses or any way to build a relationship with them. So, good luck with repeat business or creating a loyal customer base. It's like being a ghost at your own party. Nobody knows who you are and you can't build any rapport. To mitigate this, focus on building your brand outside of Amazon. Use social media, your website, and other marketing channels to create a direct connection with your customers. Now let's talk reviews. Reviews are crucial, right? Well, Amazon's review system can be a mess. Fake reviews, review hijacking, and black hat tactics are rampant. You could have a great product, but if your competitor buys a bunch of fake negative reviews, you're toast. Amazon's enforcement? Let's just say it's hit or miss. While Amazon claims to have systems in place to combat fake reviews, the reality is often less effective. Sellers can be blindsided by sudden drops in ratings due to fake negative reviews. Investing in legitimate review management services and engaging with genuine customers for feedback can help, but it's an ongoing battle. Inventory management. If you're using FBA, you have to send your inventory to Amazon's warehouses. If you run out of stock, your product listing can drop in rankings faster than you can say, out of stock. And restocking, that can take days or even weeks. It's like a never-ending game of catch-up. Maintaining optimal inventory levels requires precise forecasting and sometimes a bit of luck. Stockouts not only hurt your rankings, but can also lead to lost sales and dissatisfied customers. Other Amazon sellers have many ways to disrupt and even destroy your business. Even if you sell a private labeled product under your own brand and ASIN, Amazon product number on Amazon, there is nothing stopping another seller from piggybacking on your listing and undercutting you on price with a counterfeit item. For example, an unscrupulous seller could sell poorer quality items under your same Amazon product number and undercut you on price even though it's not the same item. In the worst-case scenario, a customer might buy this counterfeit product, be unsatisfied with the quality, and leave bad feedback on your product even though it's counterfeit. They can also tie up all of your inventory, change your product photos, leave false negative feedback on your products, steal the buy box, and ship poor quality items to sabotage your listing. They can even outright accuse you of selling counterfeit goods, and the list goes on and on. As with all things in life, if something sounds too good to be true, then there will always be unseen disadvantages. Don't get me wrong, there is still a ton of opportunity to be found from selling on Amazon. But I caution you not to put all of your eggs in one basket. With Amazon, you do not own the platform. You do not own your own brand. You can be banned at any time. And there are unscrupulous sellers and customers everywhere. All of the tactics mentioned in this post are reprehensible, yet Amazon isn't doing much about it. In my opinion, the best way to stay sane is to spend at least a portion of your time and resources on your own branded platform to ensure the long-term longevity of your business. Keep clear of ultra-competitive products where evil Amazon sellers are at their worst. Build an audience of shoppers and establish your own brand immediately. Amazon may seem like the promised land for sellers, but behind the curtain it can be a nightmare. High fees, fierce competition, constantly changing rules, limited customer relationships, fake reviews, and inventory headaches. It's a tough gig. If you are still willing to fight for a place on Amazon, there are ways to protect yourself before you even start. Proper documentation. When opening your account, make sure you have all the correct documentation and that it's clearly presented. Stay informed. Stay on top of Amazon's guidelines by reading every update email they send. Regular audits. Check over your listings regularly to make sure they adhere to the latest requirements. Smart keywords. Be purposeful in your choice of keywords and be aware of those that Amazon might suddenly disallow. Diversify your inventory. Don't rely on just one product. Having a range of products can cushion you against sudden policy changes that might affect one particular item. Build a brand. Invest in building your brand outside Amazon. Use social media, email marketing, and your own website to create a loyal customer base. Customer service. Provide excellent customer service. Happy customers are less likely to file complaints and more likely to leave positive reviews. Monitor competitors. Keep an eye on what your competitors are doing. If they start using black hat tactics against you, you need to be aware of it as soon as possible. Legal protection. Understand your legal rights and be prepared to defend your business against fraudulent claims or counterfeit sellers. Amazon may seem like the promised land for sellers, but behind the curtain it can be a nightmare. High fees, fierce competition, constantly changing rules, limited customer relationships, fake reviews, and inventory headaches. It's a tough gig. While selling on Amazon can provide significant opportunities, it's important to go in with your eyes wide open. Diversify your sales channels, build your own brand, and stay vigilant against the numerous challenges that Amazon sellers face. This approach will not only help you survive, but potentially thrive in the competitive world of e-commerce. If you are still willing to fight for a place on Amazon, there are ways to protect yourself before you even start. If you found this article helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more insights and tips on navigating the complex world of online selling. And as always, feel free to leave your comments and questions below. We're here to help you succeed. Check out this next video for a more in-depth way to protect yourself on Amazon.